The once mighty Almoravid dynasty stands on its last legs. The great empire that once ruled over Morocco and Al-Andalus has been reduced to a shadow of its former self, and at its final hour, one man remains, Ishaq ibn Ali, the last Almoravid Sultan. Can he hold back the storm, or will he be the last name on a dying dynasty's throne? This is the epic conclusion of the Almoravids, and the dawn of a new empire, the Almohads, the final ruler of a dying empire. By 1146, the Almoravid dynasty had been utterly devastated by the relentless advance of the Almohads, led by the powerful Abd al-Mu'min. City after city had fallen. The once loyal Berber tribes had turned against the Almoravids, and the dynasty was now confined to Marrakech, its last stronghold. After the death of Ibrahim ibn Tashfin, the throne passed to Ishaq ibn Ali, but his rule was more symbolic than real. He was not a sultan of conquest, but of desperation, struggling to keep his crumbling kingdom alive. The siege of Marrakech, a fight to the death. The Almohads, now the dominant force in North Africa, turned their attention to Marrakech, the last Almoravid city standing. In 1147, Abd al-Mu'min launched a massive siege, determined to wipe the Almoravids from history. The battle was brutal. The Almohads laid siege to the city, cutting off supplies and waiting for the defenders to break. Ishaq ibn Ali, realizing he had no reinforcements, prepared for a last stand. The people of Marrakech, once proud supporters of the Almoravids, began to lose faith as famine and fear took hold. In a desperate move, Ishaq rallied his remaining warriors, determined to fight to the death. But it was too late. The Almohads stormed the city, and a massacre followed, the death of Ishaq ibn Ali. As the Almohads poured into Marrakech, they hunted down the last remnants of the Almoravid elite. Ishaq ibn Ali, the last sultan, was captured, but his fate was not to be a prisoner. The Almohads wanted to send a clear message to the world. Ishaq was executed in cold blood, marking the official end of the Almoravid dynasty. The once magnificent city of Marrakech was purged of Almoravid influence. Mosques, palaces, and institutions were either destroyed or repurposed for the new rulers. The Almoravids, who had ruled for over a century, were now nothing but a memory, washed away in blood and fire. The brutality of the Almohad takeover. Abd al-Mu'min's conquest was not just about victory. It was about erasing Almoravid influence completely. After taking Marrakech, he launched a ruthless campaign against Almoravid supporters. Almoravid scholars and nobles were executed or exiled. The Almohads imposed their stricter version of Islam, destroying Almoravid-era religious institutions. Survivors fled to the fringes of the Sahara, where remnants of Almoravid loyalists would continue to resist for years. The rise of the Almohads, a new era, begins with the Almoravids destroyed. Abd al-Mu'min and the Almohads seized control of North Africa and Al-Andalus. But their story was only beginning. Unlike the Almoravids, the Almohads were not just warriors, they were visionaries, reformers, and empire builders. Their rule would reshape Morocco, Spain, and the Islamic world for years to come. The age of the Almoravids was over, but a new age was about to begin, the age of the Almohads. Conclusion. Ishaq ibn Ali's death marked the dramatic end of an empire. But history does not stop. It evolves, it shifts, and it always brings new rulers to power. The Almohads did not just replace the Almoravids, they built a new legacy, one that would be challenged by future dynasties. And so, the cycle of power continued. Join us in the next episode as we explore the rise of the Almohads, their conquests, their reforms, and their battles against new and old enemies. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the next chapter in this epic saga.